Good morning and welcome to the Stahls TV Morning Show. I'm Jenna, and this week we have a great topic planned for you where we're going to discuss all of the selling opportunities and the apparel trends that you have for summer 2018. We're just a few short months away, or actually a few short weeks away from the summer season beginning and all of those selling opportunities that you can take advantage of. Before we get into that discussion, I would love to go over Look of the Week with you. And this week's Look of the Week was submitted by Bethany Kale. All right, so she submitted this on our Facebook page, Stahls All Things Heat Printing, over the weekend. On Saturday, we did a show and tell, and she submitted this great look, which I think plays perfectly into our topic today, where she created a summer trend and outfit that's perfect for fan wear for baseball. So she chose a district tank that is great for 100% cotton or cotton poly blends. And she chose fashion film to decorate that with, which is perfect for that style of tank top because it has a great lightweight feel on there. And as you can see for the shorts, she also used glitter flake for that, which pairs very nicely. So great job, Bethany. Thank you so much for submitting. If you're interested in submitting your looks, you can submit them on the Stahls All Things Heat Printing Facebook page every Saturday for our show and tell, and then also on Instagram. So if you're an Instagrammer and you prefer to use that platform more so than Facebook, then you can tag us on there as well. All right, so we'll feature those on the morning show, and then of course on Instagram we always like to share whatever you tag us on there for inspiration for other decorators, so do keep that in mind. All right, some other announcements that we have. This Wednesday will be our monthly workshop Wednesday, so we'll be doing a vinyl cutter boot camp this month. So we'll be going over the ins and outs of the roll-in from 9 to 12, and then over the Graphtec C6000 from 1 to 4. So that's at all of our showroom locations. You can see them listed there on the right-hand side. Stahls, Arizona, California, Florida, Michigan, and Texas. So if you are in those areas, be sure to sign up for those so that you can attend. These are really for anybody that owns a vinyl cutter and just hasn't really dove into it yet and really started making money with their vinyl cutter yet, or for those of you that are on the fence of which vinyl cutter to get. We think both of those vinyl cutters are great vinyl cutters. That's why we source both of those here at Stahls. So be sure to sign up for that if you are interested in learning more in depth of those vinyl cutters. All right, we also have some upcoming trade shows. Sports Inc. So if you are a Sports Inc. member, you can go to the trade show that they're having in Columbus, Ohio. We'll be there from the 7th through the 9th. So we're going to be doing education there and also have a booth there. So be sure to check that out. If you're not a member and you just want to go to a trade show where we'll be at doing education and also have a booth, you can also attend NBM Cleveland next month. So we'll be there June 15th and 16th in Cleveland, Ohio. So if you're looking to attend a trade show that's coming up soon, NBM is just next month. And we'll be doing educational seminars. Mario Webb will be doing our education there for the first time, where he's going to go over all things heat printing. And then we'll have a booth there as well. So if you want to see some of the new products that we've come out with or some sneak peek of things that are coming, you can check out the booth there. All right, I see a lot of you guys commenting in. Thank you guys so much for interacting. If you are going to have any questions throughout this broadcast, I'll be going over a lot of different stuff. So if I go over something too quickly or you didn't get the name of something, just comment in and ask the question and I will get to you. All right, so we can go ahead and dive into the discussion, which is summer trends. So usually every season we'll do a broadcast of all of the trends that are going to be for the upcoming season. And a lot of times we don't take enough time out of all the cool apparel that's coming out and discuss the selling opportunities that you have for each of those pieces of apparel. So this morning, we're going to go over the opportunities that you have and then discuss some of the apparel that you can incorporate into those selling opportunities. All right, so one that a lot of people tend to skip over because they pretty much correlate sports with just whenever school is in, but it really goes beyond that. There's a lot of camps that go on during the summer and also some sports that are still going on in the summer that we can't skip over because they are such a great opportunity. So for every person that's playing, there's somebody there for support, at least 3 or 4 people there to support the person that's playing. So you can take advantage of printing for the actual team or fan wear for the people there at the game. All right, so some of those sports camps that are going to be going on, or ongoing sports right now, is baseball and softball, and then, of course, basketball. So there are leagues that are still competing during the summer in order to get more time on the court, in order to practice. So keep those leagues in mind that are still competing today. There are still competitions going on that you can take advantage of. All right, so baseball and softball is one of them. Basketball is another. They're also doing camp in the summer, so take advantage of the camp wear that you can be creating for them. And then golf is another one. So golf is a very popular sport, and it's not often that we take advantage of how popular that is, whether it's mini golfing for just an evening to go have fun with family and friends, or if they're actually competing on a course. So take advantage of all of those selling opportunities just with golf. All right, some other camps that are going on is band camp, cheerleading, and football camp. So take advantage of all of those selling opportunities within that as well. You can be doing camp wear, you can be doing warm-ups, or you can just be customizing accessories for them. So this would be a prime example of an accessory that you could decorate and sell at a camp. All right, so using decal vinyl to do tumblers and water bottles, and even their bags that they need to carry all of their stuff in. So equipment bags are very popular for decorating as well. All right, so think outside of just apparel, also take into consideration all of the accessories that you can decorate as well. Resorts are another popular selling opportunity because there are so many. In my area, a lot of them are mountain resorts, and then there's also beach resorts, golf resorts, and pet resorts. So anytime that families are traveling, there are pet resorts there for them to watch them over the full week or weekend that they'll be gone. Okay, summer holidays, of course, you want to take advantage of Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. All right, so what's nice about these 3 summer holidays is you'll be able to use any red, white, and blue graphic that you've created and just make them accessible to your customers across the board so that you don't have to recreate new garments or new graphics for each holiday. All right, so if you are going to get specific to, okay, Happy Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day, actually using those words, make them easy customizable so that you can just change out that word and not have to remake an entire new graphic, so that you can utilize whatever you created for Memorial Day, for 4th of July, and Labor Day. Okay, summer events. All right, so there's a lot that entails. I'm really just scratching the surface with these family reunions, graduation parties, bachelor or bachelorette parties or trips, and music festivals. So a lot of concerts are coming into some of the major cities. People will even go as far as traveling to those. So take advantage of all the things that you can be creating for all of the summer events that go on. All right, so these are really just some things, just scratching the surface of all the opportunities that are really out there. So just ask locally what's going on. Usually Facebook has an events page of things that are going on in your area. See what's going on so that you can decorate for the people attending these events or anything else that's going on. All right, so we can go ahead and dive into the fun stuff where we're going to be talking about all of the apparel that you can incorporate to reach all of these different selling opportunities. So the first thing we talked about was sports and how you can take advantage of decorating for camp wear. And one trend that we're seeing across the board for a lot of the camp wear, especially for cheerleading, band, and dance, is retro looks. So I have GTM sportswear brought up on my computer here, and you can buy blanks from them, or you can have them decorate for you. So these are just some of the prints that are retro style that they're incorporating into their camp wear. So you can see here they're using really bright colors, using elements in there that really bring out the design or the school name and mascot so that it really stands out. So this is one trend we're seeing that's going to be very popular for these specific camp types. So you can see just scrolling down here, we have bright yellow using different patterns in there, and just all of those patterns are very brightly colored. All right, and then down here you can see art designs that they've incorporated. So you see all of the different elements. So behind the mascot, they have a triangle. This one's using geometric shapes. All right, so keep that in mind whenever you're creating your artwork, because this is really great inspiration for creating your designs for camp wear. All right, so retro looks are very popular, and of course we want to source our blanks that kind of have a retro style to them as well, so the design that's being incorporated on the blank really flows nicely and it creates one great piece. Okay, so some of the retro styles that I found from Pennant Sportswear. So this is one of their most popular selling tank top style, and you can see that it has a really bright like cyan color on there, and I'm going to be able to use any brightly colored graphic on here to really make that design pop off. All right, and you can see that they use kind of like a two-tone here where they did the gray seams and then a solid blue blank. So this is going to allow us to get really intricate with our design here, because this is just a solid piece and our design's not going to get lost in that. So be sure to think about that whenever you're sourcing your blanks. What am I going to be able to create with these blanks? Am I going to be able to use really intricate designs on there? That's everything you want to take into consideration when you're thinking about sourcing your blank. Another fun thing that Pennant is doing with their retro style is this vintage type of jersey style look, but it's a tunic. All right, so we're able to get long vertical text here, and then also get that really retro style of those stripes up on this on the shoulder where it flows into the sleeve, and then this seam, this high seam. Okay, so this high seam is a really vintage look, and then the graphic would drop below, whether it's a vertical print or a full front. Okay, so that's just two of many that Pennant offers. They do a lot of short sleeve hoodies, which are very retro looking. Those will fall into the basketball, either warm up or camp wear. So they're doing short sleeve sweatshirts and actually tank top style sweatshirts where the sleeves are completely cut off. Okay, so those are very popular. It's not only being seen in the apparel decoration industry, but also in retail. You look at big brands like Nike and Under Armour and Adidas, they're incorporating this stuff into things that they're offering for that same customer base. So your customers that are asking for customization and personalization are going to be looking at you to be able to source things like that as well. All right, so Pennant Sportswear is really great for that. Another one that is great for retro style garments is Boxercraft. So Boxercraft does a lot of unique items, and we'll dive into those a little bit more, but this is one that we utilized in our workshop Wednesday last month when we did a Heat Printing 101 class, and we did a really cool retro style screen print on this because we were creating it for a large group, so we wanted to use a screen print, but it had so many cool colors in it, and it really just popped off the garment. And it had this unique open cut here, so it does have the racer back, and then it has the open front where it's like mesh, and then it has this cut. So these unique cuts being utilized in garments are very popular now. So any way that you can use these in your offerings is going to go a really long way for your customers. All right, so buying garments that sell is going to really increase the value of what you're offering your customers. And then also it helps bring inspiration to the design that you're putting on it as well. So always keep that in mind whenever you are sourcing garments. All right, so just having that unique open area in the racer back and the mesh on that tank is going to bring added value to what you're offering. Okay, So inspiring patterns is another one. So you can see whenever we were on the GTM sportswear website where we were looking at all the retro looks, you can see that they incorporated a lot of patterns into their design. So just for instance, this blue shirt with these Aztec pattern shorts. This is ideal for outfitting. So we use the same colors that are in the shorts up in the graphic, and we're able to pair a pattern short with that. So inspiring patterns is going to go a really long way for the summer season because it's using really bright hues and things that keep it fun and creative, which is perfect for summer because that's what we're looking for, bright colors that really stand out and pop off the garment. All right, so for instance, it doesn't even have to be incorporated in camp wear. It can also be incorporated in accessories that you're offering. So patterns is something Wholesale Boutique does very well so that you can source an item that is already patterned and then just add the personalization that you want in whatever color that you find would be a great fit for that pattern. So we used a pastel yellow for this, which pairs perfectly with this pattern. Doesn't get too lost in the design, but also doesn't stand out too much where it looks too busy. Right, so there are definitely best practices that you want to take into consideration when you're working with patterns. We don't want anything to be too busy, so if you are sourcing a garment with a pattern already incorporated in it, use a solid color to really bring that out. Someone that's doing this well right now is Kate Spade. So we'll go ahead and bring up her website. She has one pattern that she's incorporated into her offering, and she's using it across a lot of different pieces of apparel. So you can see this entire outfit line that she's created with just one pattern. Now the one I want to really pay attention to is this hibiscus stripe pullover. Now this entire garment has stripes and flowers, and it's all very pretty busy, but she used a solid piece of artwork to really make her brand stand out. So this is something you want to take into consideration whenever you're printing with patterns or printing on patterns. You always want to pair it with a contrasting color that's really going to bring out the design and not look lost or too busy in that pattern, okay? So another thing that Kate Spade is doing really well is her athleisure apparel. So I'm just going to scroll up a little bit so you can see her graphic tank here and how it has a cutoff seam and it has like a ruffle sleeve here, and leggings too to match. All right, so these are just some things that is very popular for this summer. Athleisure is one of them, and you can see that just by looking at Kate Spade's website. This is a large brand. She does accessories and apparel so well. So looking at her for inspiration on types of athleisure that you could be offering similarly to your customers is going to really bring added value. So find inspiration in these websites, these large name brands, so that you can kind of pull ideas for that and inspiration for what to offer your customers. Okay, so she's doing a lot of fun things, and athleisure is just such a huge trend. It's been trending for a couple years now because not only can it be utilized at the gyms, but it can be utilized for lounging around or even running errands. What customers are looking for now is what they can look good in, but also feel comfortable in. All right, so athleisure does that. It incorporates fabrics like rayon, 100% polyester, and it makes things feel soft and lightweight and breathable so that they're comfortable all day. All right, and just a fun stat, 45 million adults in the United States, that's about 14% of the population, have gym memberships. So they're going to be using apparel like this to work out, and not only to work out, go to yoga. So that's just gym memberships. That's not including yoga or Zumba or anything else that they could be doing for activity. And that's where this apparel really comes into play because they can move in it, they can breathe in it, it's very comfortable for them to wear. Okay, another trend, and I know we're moving really fast here, so if I am skipping over any questions, it looks like we do have some things coming in. All right, so lacrosse has been picking up. All right, thank you, Jeff. So that's another sport that I didn't even mention that is very popular. So lacrosse is another one. Thank you, Jeff, for that. On polyester fabrics for sportswear, what material required. Okay, so if you don't want any marks on your polyester fabric whenever you're heat printing, we always recommend dropping the temperature. So polyester is going to be a great heat transfer vinyl for that. So any of the athleisure apparel that I'm going to show you today, you're looking for something that's not going to scorch it, we have Premium Plus. Now there are some fabrics out there that you just can't get around whenever it comes to scorching, and one of those is rayon. So t-shirts out there now, or any type of apparel, is incorporating about 95% of rayon content in that fabric. Okay, rayon is a synthetic fabric that it came from silk. Okay, so of course silk is going to scorch under high heat as well as rayon. So if you are hiking that temperature up too high, you're just going to be left with a big heat print box on your t-shirt. So a way to get around that is something that we started offering that is compatible with the auto clam. It is a lower heated platen. It's actually heating the shirt from underneath and getting that adhesive to reach its melting point so that it's actually melting from underneath the shirt and not leaving a big heat print box, okay? We have a ton of education on that heated lower platen, and it'll also be in our booth at MBM Cleveland. So if you plan to go there, be sure to stop by and check that out. Because this is a game changer for a lot of people that are working with synthetic fabrics that scorch under high heat. So be sure to check out the lower heated platen. If you're not going to be going to any trade shows, we have it on our YouTube channel, or on the Stahls website, so you guys can go there. All right, so from there, we also have another trend that is unique straps and cutouts. Okay, so this is going to be huge for summer because it's keeping things light and cool, and but it's keeping a very fashion-forward look. So I have Boxer Craft brought up on my screen here, and this is an example of a cold shoulder t-shirt. All right, so it comes in a variety of colors that you can see here. And it's definitely very flattering because you can do so much with this. It fits the silhouette very nicely, and the open shoulder is something that we're seeing trending from the runway to the most popular storefront at your favorite mall. Okay, so cold shoulders are in, and being able to incorporate this into a t-shirt style is a game changer for a lot of your customers. You can do just about anything with this, from monograms to team names, anything like fan wear, anything like that. So just think outside the box whenever it comes to your garment selection. Another fun one that Boxer Craft is doing is this cage strap t-shirt. Okay, so they really keep the decorators in mind whenever they're incorporating unique pieces like this. And this is something that it's easy to heat print because we still have all this open space. All right, so keep that in mind. Straps and cutouts are very popular whenever you're sourcing garments, and Boxer Craft does that very well. So they even did the cutout on this tank top as well. All right, Bella Canvas is another one that's doing that very well. All right, so on to our next trend. So I know we have a lot here, and I'll just kind of summarize what we've gone over so far. So some of the top trends that we're seeing for summer is retro looks. All right, so be sure to check out GTM for those styles, and then also pennant sportswear and Boxer Craft. Inspiring patterns, athleisure, and unique straps and cutouts. Okay, I don't want this to get too confusing for you because there is a lot of trends that we're seeing that is going to bring in a lot of sales for apparel decorators this season. All right, so our next is going to be flowy fringe. All right, so this is where we're incorporating fringe into flowy style t-shirts so that it's very soft and lightweight and breathable. Okay, so this is what customers are looking for. 100% cotton, thick t-shirts go a long way, but this is where the industry is going when it comes to blank apparel. All right, so this is very thin and lightweight, and it also has these unique pieces of fringe. This is something Cavio is doing so well because there isn't another apparel manufacturer out there that is offering something like this. All right, this goes into that bohemian chic trend that's been very popular in retail, and by offering this style to apparel decorators, you're going to be able to offer this to your customers. I see fringe being very popular in a lot of boutique channels where they're doing companion looks such as Mommy and Me, or just children's apparel. So all of those fringe, well, those two fringe things that you saw there, those are very popular for children's apparel as well. Okay. On the lines of flowy fabrics, this is something that Bella Canvas is doing very well. So you can see there are two tank tops. Okay, so these are high neck tank tops that they've incorporated into their line. And this fabric content is polyester and viscose. All right, so this is something you're going to need a very low application for, like Premium Plus that applies at 280, because this can scorch very easily. Okay, so this is something that's very popular because Bella Canvas is what is really, they're doing this the best in my opinion, because they have been so fashion forward with their offerings, and they can do so many things with their apparel manufacturer, and they always keep the decorator in mind. Anytime they come out with something new, they're thinking, okay, who's going to be printing on this? Screen printers, embroiderers, direct to garment printing, heat transfer vinyl. So we have to keep that all in mind whenever we are sourcing our garments. So always pay attention to what content is going into these as well, so that you know that you can successfully decorate these as well. Okay, so those are very trend-forward silhouette fitting. One thing I forgot to mention was the back. This is something that I'm seeing incorporated a lot into garment making. So there is a seam that goes down the back of this tank top. All right, so that just creates a unique element to that tank top, but it keeps it very relaxed, and it has a nice draped fit to it. All right, another one that's very popular is crop tops, and this is actually our last trend today, and this is something that we have found to be really the trend that's taking over. All right, it's very popular for summer, and it can be incorporated in so many ways. So this is something that Bella Canvas sent for us to show here because it's been such a hot seller for them. Crop tops have been seen anywhere from the runway to your favorite mall storefront, and they're incorporating crop tops like this. All right, so this style currently reigns as the summer's hottest trend, so being able to incorporate it in multiple ways is going to go a long way. So you can see that these are two of really popular hues of the season, and those are more of a t-shirt style, and then they also offer them in a hooded style. Okay, so even cropped hoodies are going a long way, and what people are doing is pairing these with high-waisted shorts, joggers, jeans, what have you, so that they can have something short to kind of match where the waistline is. Okay, and this is another color that they offer this in. So this olive type of green, or hunter green if you want to call it, is a very popular hue, and you can see that they've incorporated that into a cutoff tank. All right, so this is a trend that has just been around for a while, so I'm just reiterating it. It's not something that's fairly new, but it's something that we're seeing incorporated a lot across the board for retail and also apparel decoration. All right, some other things that I wanted to add to that is just some opportunities that you have in addition to. All right, so here we've decorated some athleisure with reflective too, so you can see that really popping off of the garment once the light hits it, but it has just a regular gray look to it whenever the light is not hitting it. So these are sourced from Boxer Craft, and you can also outfit them with this crop top. So this is a great piece that you can outfit together. Both are sourced from Boxer Craft so that you don't have to go to two different places for each. And these are going to be great for outfitting for athleisure. Okay, another popular item for decorating in the summer. I mentioned earlier that Clavio does Mommy and Me styles, but Wholesale Boutique is also incorporating Mommy and Me styles into bathing suits. All right, so this is a little kid's bathing suit top, and then this would be the mommy's bathing suit top. And these come in a variety of styles and colors, so you can see here is another option So you can either do this as a single or you can pair them together as a companion look. Okay, another is for holidays. I mentioned earlier that you can use designs that will fit each holiday this season. So just pairing red, white, and blue and just creating little texts and sayings that can be used for each holiday. All right, and also on doggy clothes as well. All right, so these actually go a long way. This is a very popular trend and heat printing opportunity. We see a lot of people growing additional cells by offering those little one-offs, and those would be perfect for offering to those pet resorts that we discussed earlier. Okay, so those are just some of the trends that we're seeing. The ones that I mentioned, and I'll go ahead and reiterate those so that we don't miss those. Retro looks, inspiring patterns, athleisure, flowy fringe, flowy high neck tanks from Bella Canvas, and then those crop tops as well. All right, and some other things that I have on the table that I just wanted to show you. These are purchased from Wild About Me blanks. All right, so sandals, being able to add a monogram or any type of personalization is another selling opportunity for you to take advantage of. Now, we mentioned earlier being able to package items together is a great way to get additional sales so that people will buy more than just one thing. This is a great selling opportunity to be able to pair these together for anybody getting ready to go on vacation or take a trip, okay? All right, so those are all of the trends. And if you guys have any questions, I know I didn't get to discuss all of those, but I will answer all of those after the class. But next week, we are off from the morning show. It is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody has a great day off from work. And you can join me and Bob in 2 weeks, 2 weeks on the 11th of June, and that will be our next morning show. Thank you guys for joining.